direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your hosts, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunk of chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today,
Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
and I'm Ron Milts. We're all back here in the house again. Todd is still on assignment at college doing I don't know what.
No.
I just assume he's giving hand jobs in a parking lot trying to make tuition every night. So, but
sounds about right.
He's skiing. So if you're looking for a good hand ski,
hey, he's not gay, but $20 is $20.
And he has soft hands.
He does. For a rock biter, he has very soft hands.
They're smooth at least.
So, all right, guys, we got a lot to talk about. It's our last Halloween episode before the end of the month. This will be our last one that we put together here. So, Steve, did you do anything special between now and the last time we saw you?
I did see Beetlejuice at the cemetery here in Riverside.
They're doing what now?
They did a viewing of Beetlejuice at
Riverside?
the Evergreen Cemetery. Yeah, you
Really?
know, now that Hollywood Forever has kind of gotten popular over the last couple of years, there's some other places that have started to do it.
Cool.
So,
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Well, that
I mean,
cemetery's great.
They had over 1,000 people there.
Yes.
you
Nice,
know?
man.
And
So do you sit on people's graves and watch?
Oh yeah.
That seems...
But I mean, dude, these people have been fucking dead a long time. Okay,
They've never even seen Beetlejuice.
I lived across the street from this cemetery for 7 years. Nobody's dropping flowers on this side of the cemetery. These people have been dead for over 100 years.
Okay,
So,
all right.
They're. Somebody was trying to tell me that. Oh, that cemetery smells. I'm like what?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Your imagination? What are you fucking tripping? I was like. Oh.
You're like, you do understand they put them under concrete when they put them in the ground, right? Like,
Some people just have a problem with bones.
I guess.
I guess, you know, like
Bones are stinky.
it's just calcium, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's right. I agree.
Yeah.
In a pine box.
right. You know,
Some settler types
Yeah,
buried down there.
8 feet down or something.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not.
Now
yeah.
you go over by Todd's work or the old Chinese cemetery. They might not be so deep. You know that little corner? That's what that is.
I did not know that.
That's why it's still fenced off after all these years. They try to
Really?
develop over it, but they say no, you can't do anything here. We're just going to keep it weeds and let the homeless just throw trash here and poop.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just thought that was undeveloped land.
Nope, it was a cemetery for the Chinese who used to work the orange groves here.
Really? Learn something new every day.
How about that shit, huh?
Is that where orange chicken comes from?
Probably.
Okay,
Probably.
Because they used to work the orange groves.
I'm with you.
I'm not a good joke. Not my best. That was my least offensive one I came up with in the last 2 minutes there.
It
so.
wasn't Popeyes. For sure.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then this coming week is Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, nice.
So and they do the full thing.
Are they showing the one they just did on Fox? Is that
absolutely not?
No,
Come on.
They're not gonna.
I wouldn't go to that remake.
It was so good though.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
I will take your word for it.
How's this? I was flipping back and forth between that and the football game, just checking it out, and I got as far as "Sweet Transvestite," and
which is like the third song.
Yep, and I was out. I was like, no, I'm good. I've had enough. And it's like there's something like and it's really weird because we talk about this all the time, but it's like there was just something dingy and poorly made about the first Rocky Horror movie.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like there was just something about it that while you watched it, you were like, I buy into this, and this was so clean and like pristine, perfect, and
you know when the first, and I was just a small child,
yes,
baby, when the first Rocky Horror came out. But I've watched a lot of documentaries about it, and a lot of people who've, impacted their lives, whether it be actors or just huge fans of it. One of the things that people said who were going to it back in the 70s is like, this is the height of like this disco era, and all these cool people doing cool shit in New York, going to that, what is that dance
54.
Studio 54, right? Where, dude, this is where like, Joey Ramone and the Rejects were going on their Saturday night.
Right.
Going to see Rocky Horror because it was a movie of rejects and this reject culture,
Right.
And lifestyles. And, that wasn't part of the cool community.
Right.
So
It's
Yeah.
actually a fun show live if you ever get a chance
Yeah,
to
it's
see
great,
it.
dude.
Like,
It's
I'm
been a
not just-
while since I've seen it.
I mean,
you know.
not just the movie, but if you go, like, if they do a stage production of it, because that's where Curry originated it off Broadway before they made the movie, it's actually a lot of fun if you get, like, a good Frankenfurter and what have you. But this film or this TV version, first off, it's TV. Like, you're losing half of the fun, which is, like, the sexuality of the piece, you know?
Yeah.
It's like there's something a little naughty about that fucking film.
For sure.
And it's like, you can't show that at 8 o'clock on Fox on a fucking
No, and I
Thursday
think
night. So...
You took something that was counterculture
Yeah.
and you tried to make it Glee.
Yeah.
And I think the cool thing for me about it is that there was something different about it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there like you didn't ever hear about the trans community.
And
It
you
was
know
there.
what? And you know what? Like, and there was like this underground,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't like nowadays where like, I can't believe you are not a tranny on the weekend. It's like,
Right.
how dare you? Sir?
Yeah.
Or madam.
Yeah,
Smack him.
I think something got lost kind of over time because it's no longer dangerous and different. It's now become kind of mainstream, you know?
Thanks,
yeah.
RuPaul.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Power to them. Be who you want to be. But I think it's kind of lost a little bit of its shock value.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, it's
Especially
also...
when you have an actual trans actor playing the trans character.
I think
it's
what's
completely
missing is
changed.
Tim Curry, I think, is what's missing.
Maybe.
Because you're missing, like, the energy of the person that originated the fucking part.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
there's something that's wholeheartedly missing in anybody else's performance.
And I'm sure they all were like really talented. No,
You know, like
Laverne Cox is great.
sure.
On Orange Is the New Black. She's great.
She was all right.
No, she was great.
I know she's all right on the Rocky Horror. She's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Orange is the New Black, she's fine. But that's not my point. My point is, it's just like at the end of the day, it's like you don't like. It's fine to like try something. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
I mean, there's like I don't look at remakes of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show as like you shouldn't do that. But
I
Well,
do.
it's not sacred. It's
No.
just, it sort
I
of has
think it
lost
is.
something.
it just you're putting commercial breaks in something that doesn't lend
Right.
itself to that. It's fucking on network TV on like a
Right.
Thursday night. So it's like for like being as crass as possible, like man came to see some boobies. Like where are the boobies? You know?
Right.
Where and it's like you put the big half naked dude, but like I didn't get the sense like that. Like I got the sense in the original one, I'm like Rocky is like getting nailed by Frankenfurter like regularly, you know, like
Yeah.
this is their life. And in this version, it was just like we're just singing and having a good time, and nobody's getting fucked with the strap on, you know. It's but I mean the original. There was something obviously naughty about the original that just
Right.
did not come to pass in this. So all right, that's good. Let's move on from that, and we gotta talk about something else that has the Parents Council up in arms, which is the fucking Walking Dead is back,
Walking
guys.
Dead,
Holy
man,
shit!
awesome. And you know what? Fuck the Parents Council. Okay, go watch. What's that show? iZombie or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
yeah.
Go watch that crap. if
Safety
you want.
zombies.
Yeah,
Safety zombies.
you know, we want gore. We want you to look like Lunk.
Chunk.
Chunk? No, Chunk was
Chunk's
the
the
little
kid.
fat kid.
Oh,
Lunk
sorry. No.
was- yeah.
Sloth. You're
Yeah,
talking about Sloth.
There you go. I want you to look like Sloth when I'm done with the baseball bat.
Oh,
with you,
god
you know?
damn. Well,
It was hard to watch, man.
let's
It was definitely uncomfortable.
Let's talk about before we dive right into it, because I'm sure most of our listeners have either seen it or heard about it at this point.
And if you haven't, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you,
Well,
What are you
man?
waiting for?
Spoiler alert from here on out for the next.
I love it
however
when people
long.
are like, I'm waiting for it to come out on
Netflix
or
something.
whatever the fuck a year from now. We're all supposed to not talk about it or something. You're like, get out of here with.
No, with that one you got less than 24 hours.
You know, hey,
Nah,
listen.
not even that.
Look, I think I posted twice that day. All right, you know what today is?
Yes.
Turn your goddamn phone off. Pay the money for HD service so you can watch on East Coast time with the rest of us.
There you go.
Stop being poor.
Yeah, that's not true though. I've got HD service and it's not on any earlier.
What provider do you have?
Shit.
He's on like
Frontier.
Frontier or whatever.
My HD is at the same
What
time.
kind of goddamn?
Oh, they suck.
Well,
they,
you know.
that's
Well, then
that's
okay,
the
then
list of
buy a fucking house in a fucking good area,
Come on, you know where I live, dude. I'm in a pretty good
or
area.
find friends.
Okay, that's
You know that
Just do what I did.
you know,
turn off
or,
your phone.
or just turn your fucking phone
I
off.
turn off my phone.
I
at
always
6
wondered-
o'clock,
yeah,
dude.
I did too.
Yeah. I'm like, we can't talk about this because there's one person out there who can't keep the fuck off of social media because they can't watch it till 9 o'clock.
Well, just
Chris.
admit to the fact that none of us texted each other until after 10. And
Yes.
there was, like, I sent out a text at, like, 10:15, and I was like, holy fuck, that was brutal. And that was just like,
I was already asleep.
oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because we had to wait till 9.
I got up in the morning
I
and I
had
was
to
like,
watch
oh.
part of the Talking Dead.
Oh, did
Come
you?
down off of
Jesus
that.
Christ, Chris Hardwick, dude, what is wrong with you, dude?
What did
No,
he?
it
What
was-
did he do?
Holy shit! Did you watch it? Did you watch it?
No.
Yeah.
I don't watch Talking
This
Dead.
fucking guy is acting like really like somebody really
Yeah.
fucking died.
You know, but there are fans out there that they fucking get ruined.
Hey,
by these
Misery.
episodes.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
we gotta back off the fucking the Kathy Bates and fucking Misery here. These are just
They're
characters.
dirty birdies.
Have you guys seen the video of the girl at the bookstore who's like dressed up as the
Yes,
Kathy Bates character?
I was asking.
And she goes into like a Barnes and Noble and she's like asking the guy like for the author, and he's like, "Do you have any books by blah blah blah?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, we don't carry that there." And she like fucking goes off on the rant from the movie
Yeah.
about the fucking book. I don't know how. And it's the guy's look. He's like looking at her, and everybody in the store is looking at her. And when you realize what's happening, you're like, "Holy fuck, this is brilliant right now."
That's some theater right
I mean, you know, like yes, it was a couple of brutal scenes, but I mean, dude, look, we've seen oh crap, what's his name? Herschel get his head cut off.
Yeah, it wasn't the same,
You know,
though.
we saw Beth get her brains blown out.
Horseshit.
You
Didn't
know.
see anything on that.
You didn't see the back of her head come off.
I think you
It
did.
was a quick flash.
Holy
Totally
crap.
different level.
Blew her brains out the back of her head. Blood goes all over Rick.
It's not the same.
Look,
You know.
here's what I'll say about this. I didn't feel like he was any more gory than anything else we've seen on the show. But the fucking impact of Glenn's death. For those of you that don't know, and we're now spoiling it. So Abraham gets his first.
Yeah.
That didn't
Went out
bother
like a
me as
soldier.
much.
Suck
Yes.
my balls.
And you know what? It was like, it bothered me, but there was this weird thing where it was like, oh, okay, well, it's... literally, I went, okay, it's Abraham. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I was like, all right, so
Same
Abraham...
thing.
I literally...
felt cheated a little
I
bit.
tell you
No,
what,
I didn't feel
as-
cheated. I was like, okay, good. It wasn't Glenn.
Yeah.
as soon as Daryl hit him, I said, Glenn's fucking
Oh, no, I
dead.
thought they were gonna do
No
Daryl.
way, uh-uh.
I thought they were going to
No
do Daryl,
fucking
too.
way. Too easy. And I'm telling you guys, they are not going to fucking kill Daryl. Okay?
I don't
we'll
think-
watch this. We will watch this show to the fucking end, and I fucking promise you, he will not die.
They're killing Daryl.
I think Daryl goes
Daryl?
this season, dude.
Daryl's
Michonne,
going, dude.
no way, man. It's
well-
a ratings killer, man.
I disagree, but
it's
that's
a
fine.
ratings killer.
Daryl's not that important anymore, dude.
The hell he's not, especially now. You've got, dude, Abraham was some muscle, and he really was a big help to Rick through all these episodes, right?
Yeah.
Glenn, I mean, from the very beginning, Chris doesn't know how to turn his ringer off at the beginning of the show. We need the disclaimer like we're at the movie theater.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, we've only been doing this podcast for 2 years now.
What?
Just
That's
hit
part of the-
mute. Like,
part of the fun.
we don't
dude.
own the rights to any of your fucking ringtones.
So here's another major help, hand to Rick is Glenn, and now he's gone. No, Daryl's not going nowhere, man.
Well, I'll say that, look, after...
You got a whole lot of other people.
I
coming
tell you
into the
what,
picture.
though. I tell you what, like, and I'm way behind in the comics, so I know that there is a war. We all know there's going to be a war.
Right.
Have you not even finished this part of the comics yet?
No, dude.
Oh
I'm
my
way
God,
out of
we're
it.
onto a whole other storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're going to spoil the shit out of stuff.
But
for
I
you
guess
coming up.
during the interesting part of the Talking Dead was that Kirkman had admitted he wasn't satisfied with the way that he killed Abraham in the books, and it was one of the reasons because they filmed everybody getting their brains beaten out.
Right. They did that like a coverage.
You see that? You saw that thing?
Yeah.
So there was a time where actually most of the actors did not know
who was going.
who was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look. Once again, I thought Daryl was going after he punched Negan.
Uh-huh.
But the shot that they took on Glenn at that moment, I literally went, "Holy shit!" like out loud. Like that was my visceral reaction.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was one of those things that it's like only Game of Thrones has really pulled it off up until this point, which is surprising me as a book reader. And Walking Dead as a book reader, I've never been really surprised up until this point. But holy fuck, dude. Like, I thought at least, like, Glenn's okay. Glenn has made it. And then when he got hit with the bat, I was like, literally, holy fuck. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, and then the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, nice work of makeup done on that one, man.
Yeah.
And Negan, I did not think it was possible for me to like Negan or dislike him more than I do the comic version of him. But holy fuck, is Jeffrey Dean Morgan unfucking likable. And his jokes, I can't help but laugh at all of his bad puns and jokes. But hate him beyond a fucking shadow of a doubt, dude.
He's gone up there with the bad guys of Game of Thrones for sure.
Yeah, like fucking...
He may turn out to be, and I've said this a couple times already, he may be the most hated villain of all time.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's interesting.
Right now.
Joffrey.
Nah, man, maybe. I think he's way worse than Joffrey.
Well, and I'm sorry to spoil this, but from in the comics world, and major spoilers, like they end up winning the war with Negan, like long term, which you would assume they would have to because otherwise they're all dead and we don't have a show anymore.
Yeah.
But Negan.
Wait! Don't spoil any recent issues.
I'm not. No, but Negan's not.
Read that
but
shit.
they don't kill Negan.
Right.
Like they don't kill and like so. My response to that is like, I think there's gonna be a lot of pissed off fucking audience members.
Oh yeah,
that are gonna.
He doesn't get his comeuppance.
Yeah, at no point does he get his comeuppance.
Yeah.
Like you just have to fucking suffer the blows of what he's done and fucking suck it up.
Yeah.
And it's like. I don't know how after watching them respond, like the fucking internet melt down about the brutalness of Glenn's death.
See, I gotta tell you, man, were these friends of yours?
No.
Or were you reading other fan sites?
I just was reading fan sites.
Oh, no,
okay,
it's
because
all
I
over.
don't read their crap, and I was because Todd had made a post on Facebook about this.
I saw that,
and I was like, "Who are these people?" Because I don't have these pussies on my list,
No.
and I wouldn't want to.
No,
You know?
I mean, I will say this: I had a few of my lady friend, actress friend types that have said they're like, I can't. It's like this is officially too much. Which I'm like, all right, that's your choice. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that were like, that was fucking brilliant.
Right.
And I'm with you. Like Steve made a point of like going like, I don't know what Andrew Lincoln, like how that man gets an Emmy,
Dude.
But holy fuck, dude! Like what a good performance.
And he has his performances for the last couple of seasons have been, I mean, knocking them out of the fucking park. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're believable. You are watching this character and you think that this is going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this is, I mean, and that's, that's where I've disagreed with people with The Revenant. It's like, they said, well, there wasn't a lot of dialogue. Does there need to be though?
Yeah.
It was the emotion that he was bringing out of the character. Was it believable? And if it's believable, then yes. Okay.
I just don't think, I mean, for me, I just don't feel like that was an Oscar-worthy performance.
Okay.
I think it was a good performance. But,
it was all right.
But I don't know. I think it was Leo getting his...
Is the character taking you there, is my point.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
And if the character is taking you there, then they're doing awesome.
See, but on the flip side of that...
And Andrew Lincoln, to me, and especially this last episode... Holy shit. I mean, you thought that this was fucking going down.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly it. With Andrew Lincoln, he has a ton of fucking dialogue in this episode.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you watch him go on this journey of defiance, like, wants revenge.
Oh,
yeah.
And literally at that last moment when Negan's like, that's what a broken man looks like.
Yeah.
That's what I fucking wanted right there.
You know what I did? Because I was avoiding the internet because,
You watched it again?
I watched the 3 previous episodes
Oh, okay.
leading up to it. So we watched like 4 hours straight, and watching that defiance that we can do anything. The world is ours for the taking. And then seeing this episode, whole different impact than if I had just come in and watched the episode.
And
you're also dealing with characters who they think they've lost everything.
Right.
But you know what? They really haven't lost
yet.
everything. There's
Not
always
yet. Yeah.
still something. Something you're still holding on to, and he was really realizing that on top of that RV,
Right.
as he was even saying it. Just think about what happened. Just think about what
could happen.
Could happen.
Right. Like and that moment when he's like, "What did you think you were all gonna grow old together?" Like that's not how the world
Have
works
Sunday
anymore.
dinner.
Yeah, like fucking, like so good. My only, I think my only downside of the episode was Negan's plan, I guess, quote unquote, where he's like, "I'm just gonna throw you out to the zombies, and if you survive, you survive, and if you don't, I guess you don't."
Yeah,
you know.
it was kinda-
But other than that, I love the moment where Rick jumped on the guy that got hung,
Yeah.
the fucking head detached. Like there were so many nice moments in the episode that whatever I didn't like about the episode was more than made up for by the things that I loved.
Yeah.
And the things I didn't like were unbelievably minor. Kind of one of the things that bugged me was there was. The writers and the director were obviously playing and toying with myself, the viewer's emotions, by showing each of the character flashbacks. And the thing that bugged me about that is like Aaron got a flashback, and I'm like, Aaron has been around for like a week.
Well, technically, haven't they been in
been there a
Alexandria
long
for a
time.
few months?
It's been a
now?
few months,
You
yeah.
know?
But I mean,
Yeah.
the thought that his thoughts wouldn't go to like his son or Michonne first above and then Glenn, and then it's like somewhere in the flashback it'd be like Eugene's mullet, like later down the line, and then maybe Aaron, maybe.
I think one of the things that really upset a lot of viewers about this was not just the brutality of it, but I really do believe a lot of people think that we would, in a situation like this, whether it be zombies or some sort of natural disaster or whatever, blah, 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 that we would all pull together and sing Kumbaya type of thing. And,
wouldn't.
and in this world, the real cream of the crop have come up. Because you know what? You say what you want about Negan. Had it been Rick on the other side of that baseball bat, he would have killed all of them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need you people to work for me.
And I think
You're all dead. I mean, look, they went into their compound
and slaughtered them.
Killed, 20 guys, 25 guys?
That's still I still have a big issue with the writing because of that specifically.
Yeah.
Like it really, your point exactly.
They're murderers.
Rick, right now, Rick and his crew are the bad guys. Even though we're following them, quite literally, they are the bad guys. And Negan, quite honestly, is the good guy.
Yeah. They probably could have stayed away. I don't know for how long.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you're trying to figure out the geographics of this.
Does not make sense.
Of this, it doesn't really. It was like with the prison. They wandered, like Andrea and Michonne wandered around the prison for 7 months apparently.
Yes.
And never came across it.
Right.
For 7 months, dude. It's crazy. Like, what were you doing?
What's great was at the end of season 2, it was when it was like over the edge. There was like you could see the prison in the distance. You're like, oh, they're like 2 miles from the prison,
Right.
and then it's like the start of the next season. They've been wandering the wilderness for like months on end, and you're like, apparently Daryl doesn't know how to fucking operate a compass. So
he could track a fucking squirrel for 25 feet, but can't find a fucking building a block and a half over.
Look, geography on the TV show of The Walking Dead has never been solid.
But like they went out looking for the fight.
Yes.
They went out. They said, we can handle people now.
Yep.
And we've proven that we can do this. We're gonna be some hired guns here. And they went in and slaughtered 20 or some of Negan's guys. I mean, they blew up those guys on the road, but nobody would have ever known about that.
Well, I think and once again going back to storytelling, I think that the problem is that Terminus caused them to be reactionary on the show.
Yeah.
So in the comics, it all went down differently. Like they got ambushed coming off of Hilltop. you know? And they were like, you know, or no, I'm sorry. They came home from Hilltop, and when they came home, Dwight and them came to their doorstep and was like, you're going to fucking let us in. You're going to give us all your stuff. And they were like, go fuck yourself. And they took care of it. That's what made them feel like they were big and badass.
Yeah.
And then they turned around and Glenn and Maggie decided to move to Hilltop, and that's when they got jumped, you know? And on the TV show, obviously things didn't happen in that same order. But the mere fact that they went to that outpost and slaughtered everybody there, and they fucking slaughtered those people unprovoked.
They stood right above them while they were sleeping.
Yep, unprovoked.
And took
it
them out.
makes them the bad guys.
Yeah, sure.
And it's what's funny about that is it's like, I don't like, I'm watching the show and I fucking like my heart feels for Glenn and them. But at the same time, in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, you're right. If Rick had captured, they would all be dead. Rick wouldn't have let anybody walk away from that.
They'd all been dead.
You know? And I'm wondering, because of where we're going and how this is going to turn out, if that's part of Rick's redemption, sort of the idea, because by the end of this whole all-out war, like, he's literally going to be like, this is stupid. Like, we've won, but we're not going to kill you people because we are all that's left, so why are we going to murder each other? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, it shouldn't be us against us. It's us against the dead. And
Yeah.
you fucking people are stupid. Like,
Right.
so you're going to make your choice. You can either come with us and live in my new world that's going to be like kumbaya, or you can fucking die. Like, those are your choices. You know, I'm not going to be like Negan and force you to work. You work for yourselves, you know?
Yeah.
But it just, yeah, like, it's just really interesting to me, the reactions that I'm seeing on this, because some people are like, that's it, fuck the show, blah, 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 blah. Some
It's
people...
like, have you been watching this show?
Yes.
This show was never about the zombies.
No.
This show is about, and they said it. We are the Walking Dead.
I
We're the problem.
I don't understand people who say that it's like a snore fest or something. I'm like, what the fuck are
they
you looking
watching?
What are you looking for in a show, man?
They want that Z Nation. That's what they want. Running,
dude,
running
that shit.
howling monkey zombies.
I had a couple of friends who were like recommended that to me, and I watched a few episodes one night. I was ill and up late, and just, this is the stupidest fucking piece of
I
crap
can't even watch it,
sci-fi
dude.
channel shit, man.
Yeah, I can't
You know,
do it.
I'm like, and, you know, when people tell me this crap, I'm like, man, have you ever heard of, like, I don't know, things like character development, fucking story, you know? I
Plot,
mean,
you know.
Christ, I can give you half a dozen zombie movies where, you know, but this is like a show, you know?
And it's on
With
what are they on,
characters.
third season now or something, or second season?
Z Nation?
Yeah.
It's something like that. I like I said,
How are they continuing this thing without any real
I just,
story or anything?
yeah, I mean, well, you know, people just like, you know, it's the same people who like the remakes. You know, they like big, flashy.
Right.
They like, you know, they like the explosions. They like Michael Bay films.
You know what it is? It's
You know?
Shoot 'em Up. Did you ever see that movie? Shoot 'em Up.
Is that the one that was like a fucking video game? No, that was
no.
Hardcore Henry or something like that.
No, Shoot 'em Up is what's that motherfucker's name? Anyway, the whole movie is him running around shooting people. There's really like almost no storyline at all,
Yeah.
but it's like pure adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
He's shooting, blowing people up, and you know it's fun, but there's almost no substance to it.
Yeah. Well,
I
you
can't
know, and they're
remember
like,
the
oh,
actor's
they're
name.
just talking. It's like, well, man, it can't just be.
Right.
And then I'm like, you know what? Why am I trying to explain this to you? Because
Exactly.
if you were a reader first of books
Yeah.
and a reader of comic books, and if you had read this comic book, you would have known that Kirkman's plan from the very beginning was to tell a story of characters. It wasn't, you know, and the dead become the backdrop.
I kind of feel like they always were.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, we didn't realize it up front, but they were never what this story was about.
You know,
it was about
it
the
even
horror
said-
of mankind.
Didn't we
You
learn
know-
to survive the dead by season 3 of this show?
But you know, also
you know?
like, you know, in the books he would say, like, you know, how, you know, can you imagine living without your phone, without electricity,
Right,
without food
Right.
there? You know, like, what would you do? How would you survive? And not only do you have these obstacles to overcome, you have, you know, an army of walking corpses trying to eat you, and now you've got other people, the living,
Yeah.
also trying to kill you for 50% of your shit.
So here's the question, and I guess this is the big question. Do you think this storyline gets stretched out for more than this season?
Yes.
2 seasons.
You guys still think it's going to go 2 seasons?
Yeah, we're gonna continue to break them down this entire season.
You
I
think
think-
you
I
can
think-
get 32 episodes out of this?
Okay, this is what I believe. This is what I believe.
Hmm.
I believe that it's going to be a continuation of breaking them down for the remainder of this season,
Right.
Until the very end, and then next
From now
season,
until 16.
now until what?
For 15 more hours, we're going to watch them getting their asses. I mean, I could see them going maybe
No,
till
okay,
the
for-
mid-season break.
Well, remember, you still have to get Eugene to make bullets, and they still got to meet the people at Hilltop.
No, the kingdom, yeah.
I mean, you still got a lot
No,
of that stuff
okay,
to
so
do.
so how many episodes do we have in this one?
we do 16 a season for Walking
Okay,
Dead.
so the first half we're going to break them down.
I could see that.
The second half we're
They're
going
gonna
to come back up,
Oh, yeah?
and
you
then
have all that war in
and
the next
then
one.
and then yeah, next season will be I think
I
they've
think
got
at the end of this season,
Yeah.
you have them deciding to go to war with them.
I mean.
That's when they get everybody together at the end
Yeah,
of the season.
because this is so much bigger. This is bigger than any other threat that they have encountered before. There's a
gonna
lot
drag
of
it out.
story here, and
Look at
we've
fucking Governor.
well, hey, listen, we've got. You're going to develop characters from the kingdom. You're going to develop characters from Hilltop.
I mean, I see.
Okay.
I see because really we gotta still meet. Maggie's got to get dropped off at Hilltop. There'll be a whole episode about her getting involved there.
Well,
You still got
we're
Ezekiel.
we're gonna see. And I saw coming up, Daryl gets to run the gauntlet, but I think Daryl is going to survive. My man is going to survive.
Are you out if he dies?
No. Come
Okay.
on, no. Come on.
Because I don't think he makes it this year, dude.
I'm not one of those people, but I believe that
think
there
he's
are.
that important
I
to the
believe there
story.
are many people out there. Listen, it's not a story thing.
No, I understand where you're coming from. It's the ladies. The ladies love Daryl.
Dude,
Fine.
they're throwing their fucking panties at the TV, man.
I get it.
And that's a big fucking thing, you know?
Okay.
I mean,
but-
look, dude, they're fucking crying. People are like crying because their imaginary characters just died over the weekend.
well, apparently Chris Hardwick was, so I didn't see it, but
yeah, dude.
I saw the intro.
Sack it the fuck up, Chris.
somebody was like, "Why in the fuck does Chris Hardwick play intro music? Like it's a real like Obama just got shot, and he was like, the president has been killed. You know?
Right.
It's all Glenn has been killed.
We're
you know?
all okay here. They're here. They're okay. Well, I fucking hope so.
Well, this. I mean, I will say this though.
It's theater, man. You got to let him do his thing.
I agree, but I will say this. I know people that only watch the show and have never read the comics that are fucking heartbroken today.
Right.
The same way I was at Comic-Con, what was it, like 3 or 4
I
years
remember
ago?
this. I remember that night. We were on the boat.
I was like, you have to fucking read this. And
Yeah.
you're like, I'm all, it doesn't matter. You need to see this. And it was like, I was so shocked because to me in the comics, they were never going to kill Glenn. Just like Steve's like, they're never going to kill Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn was the fucking unkillable one. And then now he's deed. D-E-D. Deed. So, I mean, Daryl, he just like, the only one that doesn't die is Rick. He is it.
Here's the thing about Daryl. Daryl doesn't exist as far as the story.
Right. Yeah.
So he could go at any point and it wouldn't affect the story.
I think they use him to like
Carol.
flesh out story and to like take something that's like, because realistically the fight back with oh yeah, I mean fuck, we still have to take Carl over to where the fuck Negan
But
the
that's
Saviors.
after.
No, it's before when Carl
Is it?
smuggles himself in and fucking. I just read it last night. I had to. I was so like I fucking
Had to go back and read.
I need to reread the next like 3.
I
You
feel
know,
like that, too.
Like I needed to just to like, how long until this shit gets going? Essentially,
Yeah.
how much story do I got to get through before they start fighting and it gets ugly? You know, and it wasn't that much actually. It was maybe like 12 issues until they actually went to war. So we'll see. We'll see how long
Yeah.
Look, I think that the war starts after the midseason break. I think we at least get to that point. That's 8 hours of setup, and then I think you're gonna spend 8
Maybe.
episodes
I don't know,
fucking
man.
fighting.
I
That's
just
pretty quick,
think
man.
I just think that there's going to be a lot of new characters because they've gotten rid of 2 characters, and we're going to introduce some new stuff, and it's gonna start bringing more to the story.
Who else we lose leading up to the war? Is there anybody else that gets...
Leading up to the war, we don't lose anybody leading up to the
Okay.
war. I mean, but here's the other thing too. It's like you just watch the episodes, Chris. How many people are left in Alexandria on the TV show?
Well, that's kind of hard to say.
Because in the comics there's 48 people. Like he specifically is like 49. Well, I guess 48 now. So it's like my question is like, okay, are there 50 people at fucking Alexandria? Because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like there's like 18 or 19. You know. So, but I'm intrigued by what they're going to end up doing because to me Ezekiel and the kingdom is it's the goofiest fucking part of the Walking Dead mythos, and I don't know how people are gonna take it. like even from the moment it happened, I'm all, that motherfucker has a tiger in the goddamn zombie apocalypse. Like, they're dying for food, and this fool is feeding a tiger. Like, come on now. Come on with the come on.
You know what? It put him in power.
I guess.
He controls, like, hey, I got a T-Rex. And he's my pet.
He don't have a fucking T-Rex. He has a tiger.
Okay, but it's the same thing. I got this big ass beast. You gonna challenge me? You know, that's like having Abraham next to you.
I guess, man. Yeah. All right, so let's over unders on deaths for the rest of the year. All right, you guys ready?
I don't know how this works. I'm not a gambler.
Okay, so I'll give you a number from 1 to 10. Okay, you can take the over or the under on this. All right. So if I say a name, for instance, I will say Rick, and I will say the chances of Rick dying are 2. So will you take the over or the under on that?
Under.
Yeah, under.
Okay.
0% chance.
Daryl,
Yeah.
I'll put Daryl at a 5. You're gonna go over or under on that?
I'm gonna say 4. Under.
I'm under.
Like a 1 for you, Steve?
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carl at a 4.
Under 2
0.
again. Yeah.
Carol at a 6. Because
Uh,
that's what I think she's gonna go. I think 6. I think she's.
Man, I thought she was gone last season. So
Carol ain't going nowhere.
you don't think so?
No. I think.
Hold on. I ain't done.
Okay.
Michonne
Oh
at a 3.
no, under 0.
Okay. Jesus.
0, dude.
Okay. You going 0 no matter what I say? I was gonna say 2.
I don't know yet. I don't know. I can't say.
No, Jesus does too much later in the
And
book.
see, yeah, I'm
He's
not
too integral to all the different communities.
Okay. All right.
He's the one that ties it all together.
I was gonna say like Rosita.
Yeah, she's got a chance.
She's pretty up there, I think.
What about a lesbian girl? Is she still around?
Tara.
Tara's like a 9 for me. I think
Yeah,
Tara needs
she's
to
sort
be
of-
Yeah,
whacked.
she's pretty.
Sasha.
I don't know.
I got
man.
Sasha at an 8. So I think Sasha's
I don't
done
know,
this
man.
year.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, dude. Rick, it's not been very kind to the African American community.
No, he is not.
No. I mean, he's
not.
white. He's a cop. If you're black around him, you tend to die.
Oh, Jesus.
Am I fucking wrong?
No.
I mean,
But mostly just men. He hasn't killed any women, really, if you think about that.
it's true.
Who did he kill?
Well, he didn't kill anybody. They just seemed to die.
You mysteriously find a way.
Morgan.
I mean, I don't have any body cams. on.
Morgan's got a
Morgan
pretty
as our
good chance.
as our 2 last remaining African American males. I'll say Morgan, and I'm going to put Morgan at a 9.
Yeah, he might not.
I
make
think
the season,
I think
dude.
Morgan's done before the season is done.
Morgan is the moral center at this point.
Right, but he's also the pacifist, so him dying is a reason for Rick to go to war.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think it's pretty low. God, I don't know, man.
Father Abraham.
No, you Father Gabriel.
Father Gabriel. Father Abraham had many sons.
sons.
Father Gabriel
Yeah,
is
one of them was Gabriel.
from The Walking Dead. Father Gabriel. I give Father Gabriel a 7.
I think you got maybe
Over or under?
6. Say under.
A little under.
Right now, I'm going to say over with him.
Okay, so Steve gives him a much higher chance than I do. I like that.
I still think that what's his name?
Eugene?
No. Eugene? No.
Eugene,
not going anywhere.
Eugene's not going anywhere because he's the brains. You got to have a nerd that can do nerd.
yeah.
He's the
He-
professor
like I
on
said,
Gilligan's
man,
Island.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I think we're going to introduce some new characters, kind of like we did when we got into Alexandria.
And then kill them off.
Yeah.
How about the red shirt Alexandrian gentleman that was in love with Carol for a hot beat? the guy that ran to the garage and then disappeared.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I have a feeling like he's going to be one of those Alexandrians that gets popped in the head or something like that. You know?
Maybe.
So,
yeah.
I just
That's a good one.
there's I mean, look, there are certain characters that I know are going down, like the guy who is the son, whose name I can't.
Yeah, Spencer.
Spencer. Like Spencer's dead. He's a dead man walking.
And you can already see them setting it up in the trailers.
Well, Negan fucking guts him in the book, so it's like fantastic. I can't wait. But
yeah, he's a
like one of my
traitor.
favorite. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, it's like the show does do different things than the books. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like Michonne's gonna pick up a lot of Andrea's storylines.
Right.
Sasha can pick up some of Michonne's storylines.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know,
either you're gonna.
I think
have
those
Carol,
two. Yeah, those two characters have actually both picked up
other storylines.
Right.
from Andrea, because for many of you out there who don't know, Andrea in the books was still alive last I was reading.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she played like the sharpshooter.
She's still alive now.
That Sasha is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so.
So
Yeah, that's
who's
kind of
gonna
big
end up with
surprise.
Ezekiel?
I think Sasha.
You think it's
Because
Sasha?
Michonne has ended up with Rick. Like
Carol's
Andrea
already
did.
up the hilltop.
Yeah, in the
that's
book,
true.
didn't Michonne bang everybody
Yes.
in the books?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she was getting.
Michonne was all
I mean,
over
he's
it.
down for the D. I mean, hey,
And then
that's cool.
she tried to hit on the black guy with the dreads, and he was like, "You don't have to be a whore."
Yeah.
And he's all, "You just, it's cool. Like I'm still with my lady, or like
Yeah.
we're trying to. The doctor and I are trying to work things out, you know." So.
Right.
And it did not happen. But either way, all right. So we definitely fleshed out Walking Dead. Any last moments? Anything you'd like to leave as we walk away towards episode 2?
I think people are gonna fall in love with Negan.
I think so too, because I fucking already love him. He's a fucking bad man.
And I was really surprised they brought him out with the cast on Talking Dead.
Well, you think they were gonna wrestle?
No, but I thought you saw the reaction of the people in the crowd. I thought that, it's like I was talking to somebody. I'm like, I don't know if I want to dress up as Negan for Halloween. Everybody's so pissed off at him right now. You'll have like one day and then Halloween. So yeah, I may not do that.
I think it's a great idea. Go for it.
Yeah, maybe.
It fits you perfectly. A leather jacket and a scarf.
I gotta find that scarf. Where's your closet, Ron?
I don't own a red one.
Oh, okay.
You could be blue Negan. He could be
Okay.
like, it's like Luigi to Mario.
Right.
You're like, oh, you're blue new. Anyway.
No, and I think there's something about Negan I've always liked.
I think next year at Comic-Con, we're probably going to see a whole lot more Negan costumes.
Oh, we've already started to see a bunch.
I've only seen
But
one.
it's an easy one.
so far. Well, yeah, but I've only seen one, and I think we're going to see more next year.
Can I ask a question? Why is it every time I see a dude dressed up as Daryl, like what's Daryl the actor's name? Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus wears his greasy hair and he is like a fucking handsome dude. And every time I see a dude like cosplaying it, he looks like he's got like the worst fucking wig on I have ever seen. Or it's like I just didn't wash my hair today, and I'm like, no, Norman Reedus he looks like he fell out of a Pantene commercial. And then
No,
they
he
just
does not,
sprinkled some
dude.
dirt on top of his hair.
No, dude. He looks dirty all the time.
It was funny,
all the time.
AMC was playing
And
from
strung
season 1 till they were playing every
Right.
day up until the premiere, and it's so funny to see them in the beginning and their haircuts
And how young they all are too, right?
And how much they've changed over the seasons and shit. It was pretty cool.
Daryl, I mean, he's starting to look more and more like a dude I gave money to the other day on the corner.
Yes.
Like, he's starting to get that good meth addict look
I
about him.
liked when they're sitting at the table too. Like he's still rocking his battle vest and shit, dude. I'm like, fuck, I love this guy, dude.
You're like, even though in my dream we are breaking bread and what have you.
I loved it on his first chopper, dude. He's got the fucking goddamn SS bolts on the fucking side of it. Nobody said a goddamn thing, dude. Like normally you'd hear some bullshit. I didn't see anybody bitching about that.
Well,
most of these dumbasses probably don't even know the fuck those are.
Well, and
The rest of the Kiss logo fell off.
Daryl was never supposed to be on the show long term.
Really? I didn't know that.
Nope, he's not. They wrote him. If you remember, he's not in the first 2 episodes. I think he shows up after.
Yeah, episode 3.
After Merle, and he
Yeah.
was just there to be like a foil for for Rick to play
Lock
off
my
of.
brother on the roof.
Pretty much, yeah. And then they were going to get rid of him at the beginning of season 2.
No
and
shit, I didn't know that.
he was just a guest star. He wasn't a
Wow.
star of the show. And
Wow.
then Norman Reedus, he became instantly popular. So they just were like,
and they said, "Wow, we got to keep this fucker on the show because he's ratings."
yeah, that was 7 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
That was
And
like
look how much
as-
love there was for Glenn.
As dirty
Think about how you're gonna top
as
it.
dirty as his hair has gotten, the love for him has just become as strong. Dude,
I guess,
by
man.
People,
all,
man.
all I know though is Andrew Lincoln is like that.
I gotta
beard
tell
of
you though,
his.
He's
listen,
aged,
if you know
dude.
if you know anything about anything, those crossbow bolts with as many zombies heads as he's put those through, Bone is still pretty tough.
Yes.
They wouldn't exist anymore. Just
Suspension
wanna
of
throw, just want
disbelief.
to throw that out there, dude. His 6 crossbow bolts were long
Oh, come
gone.
on. They've gone to a sporting goods store between episodes at some point, dude. Let's talk about the fact that none of these people have used toilet paper in 6 years, all right?
Let's talk about the fact that they still haven't developed the goddamn spear yet. Fuck, man.
The Hilltop has spears. Thank
Yes,
you
they
very
do.
much. They
Yeah, but
They
I mean,
even found one and
Yeah,
made
yeah.
a point of it.
it's just like you just want every time they have to get up into the goddamn business end of these walkers. You're like, that'd have been a whole lot easier with with about 4 or 5 feet between you and him.
Isn't it funny how much the one episode of Walking Dead makes you forget about Fear the Walking Dead? Like you're like all the bad
damn you.
I'm so done with Fear of the Walking. I stopped watching it.
all the bad taste though left over from whatever like I watched on that show.
But did you see during Walking Dead they threw in another one of those little their little
Vignette.
mini
They did? For
yeah.
what?
Some little girl running around.
There's like they're at a looks like some sort of army kind of camp, and this guy's in like one of those biohazard suits.
Oh, is it from Fear the Walking Dead?
Yes.
Is it for fear? I don't know,
It
but
is.
I like those little things. I didn't like the plain ones so much, but I liked some of the prior ones, like the bicycle girl one,
Yeah.
the one with where they were at the storage unit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool. So
The plain one was all right. It led into the show fine too.
it just was like 23 little episodes.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
forever.
It was kind of long.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and in this episode they get peanuts. You're like, fuck, will you hurry this along, man? Yeah. God damn.
is that how the zombie
me.
got created? Because somebody had a peanut allergy and they died.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
That would be fantastic. That would be the best episode ever. All right, so let's talk. Chris, you caught up on Ash?
Hell, well, I didn't watch the last weekend.
Okay, I'm only through episode 2.
Yeah, no, I think I'm on episode 3 right now. I'm on 4. I've watched 3.
I started 3, but I haven't finished it, and I know Steve, you still haven't caught up yet.
Yeah, I still haven't had a chance.
Well, let me tell
I
you,
suck.
sir, they have done a fantastic job of upping the ante this season.
Holy shit, they have.
Quite literally, holy shit.
Yeah, if you're not watching Ash, we know going in, this is not like high art.
No.
This is not intended to be, like Emmy-winning stuff. But it's fun as hell.
Without question. They
If you're not a fan of the long stretches of dialogue in The Walking Dead, yet you're a little bit smarter than the people who love Z Nation.
then Ash
Ash
for
is
you.
your thing.
right there you
Now,
go.
they're not zombies necessarily, but
They might as well be.
Yeah.
They're zombies that talk shit, which is
Right,
like
right.
my favorite part.
Right.
So many fucking great moments in this last episode.
Yes.
I like I said, I just started episode 3. I'm a little bit behind, and so are we. But Chris and I decided we had to talk about episode 2 just so we could share it with Steve, like the fucking brilliance of it.
Yeah.
So essentially, the culmination of awesome in the episode is Ash goes to find the book because it's been stored inside of a dead body because apparently the dead tissue like helps to hide the evil from blah 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 blah. But so the book is inside of a corpse that's being autopsied, but the corpse comes to fucking life with the book inside of it. So Ash gets there, and the inside of the body is like open, like it's been fucking,
yeah, they've pulled everything out.
Yeah, so like the chest
Or at least
is
they started
Yeah,
to.
it's like exploded open. So you could see the intestines and the heart and everything like that. And the fucking intestines come alive, a la the tree from the first Evil Dead. And it's got like a little mouth. And Ash is like, oh, this is fine. Everything. Oh no, the fucking intestine's alive. And this thing proceeds to like fuck him up for the better part of like 6.5 minutes.
Right. It was a long scene.
It was a really long, fun sequence. So much so that halfway through it, the intestine pulled Ash up through the dead body's anus into the chest cavity. It was,
and I love that you're like, okay, the dick's gonna hit him in the forehead. You know, God damn it! You see a little penis flopping around.
Dead body dick
Right
hit him
on.
in the forehead. It
He's
was
like, oh no, not the asshole. No, not up the butt.
like
So then he's walking around with the body on
Excuse
top
me.
of his head, like a fucking turkey or something stuck on his head. It was so fucking hilarious.
I was laughing so hard I had to pause the fucking episode
Right.
because I was fucking like crying tears. So once again, Ash versus the Evil Dead, quality stuff.
Oh, so funny.
It's like, and the rest. There's so many good lines still going forward in the episode.
Right.
It's like the writing's been pretty crisp this season. So
It's real crisp.
yeah. They definitely made up for some of the slower points from last season, and the stuff they're doing with his dad's actually a lot of fun because his dad's kind of like a Lothario, like Ash is as well, and so he's got like this old lady over at the house that he's trying to bang, but that goes awry when she becomes a Deadite while he's getting a blowjob. So it's good stuff, dude. Fucking great stuff. But please out there catch up on Ash versus the Evil Dead. All right. We got one more transition to make, and Steve's one of the ones he's out on. But Chris, how you enjoying the Flash so far this season?
Flash is pretty good. I get frustrated with, and we talked about this before, with all the new timelines and all that stuff. It kind of gets on my nerves after a while.
Okay.
And I understand that's what the Flash is.
Yes.
But it's still frustrating. It's like, motherfucker, how many times you going to do the same shit and fuck up the whole world and then try and do it again and fix it? You know, it's
Well,
it doesn't work that way. You're just making it worse every single time.
Flash at its essence is a story about time travelers. I mean, that's what he is, the fastest man alive. He can travel through time. And so, like, when both of his parents have been killed and he tries to fix it, he, like, fucks shit up. So, and that's what part of the fun is. So, and I like that it's had reverberate. You can see a little reverberation.
You know what it is? It's I Love Lucy, that conveyor belt where she's trying to like grab the chocolates, and that's the fucking Flash. Because everything he's doing, it just keeps getting worse and worse as it goes on.
I agree with that, and that's what I love about it. Like the ultimate downfall of the character is him trying to continually fix shit.
Right,
So,
right.
my only question is, how I don't recall there being this many fast dudes in the world. Like,
There's a lot of fast dudes.
apparently, even though he's the fastest man alive, like speedsters pop up like fucking cokeheads at a Hollywood party.
That is the most common
Side effect
of the whatever the thing, particle accelerator.
I guess, man, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean we've got Flash Jr., whatever his name was. What was it?
There's like Kid Flash.
You have Homegirl, who's now a speedster.
She's Girl Flash, I guess.
Girl Flash. You've got Reverse Flash.
There you go.
You've got Old Man Flash.
You do.
You've got Zoom.
There you go.
I'm missing one.
I feel like the Flash Rogues Gallery.
Oh
is
no,
not
you got the other dude that just happened. What's his name?
Fuck
Schmendrick McGillicuddy or whatever the fuck his name was. He was just some dude that was like angry
The rival.
all the time.
I'm the rival.
I'm the rival.
You're like,
a dumbass and you should be written off.
Who the fuck named you?
The rival. That's like, I am the sidekick.
It's
The
kind of
rival.
Well, it's kind of funny because like we go to see all these superhero movies and it's like quite literally some of these superheroes do not have great rogues galleries.
No.
Like you look at Batman. Batman's like the fucking creme de la creme of rogues galleries. But there's a reason that the Iron Man movies have started to like because. Really, what do you have left? You have like racist Asian caricature guy,
Yeah.
and then you're like you think about the Hulk. Like, what's Hulk gonna fight? Other dudes that are like him,
Yeah.
Thor.
I've always had a problem with Hulk.
Yeah, but like
I always thought Hulk was stupid.
all of Thor's villains are like just douche speak guys.
Right.
It's like
the douche font.
taking us way back. But it's like really outside of Batman, like who fucking has good villains? Because who does like Superman? Everyone goes, well, Superman. You go, yeah, Lex Luthor, Brainiac, and Mr. the fucking Zoink or Mr. Mitsaplex or whatever. It's like there's just a lack of good villains in the DC universe.
Oh,
Spider-Man's a Marvel hero.
Well, you talked about Hulk.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
But so Spider-Man, yes, good rogues gallery.
Right.
I would say Fantastic Four has a good rogues gallery, except that no one can seem to get their fucking characters right in a movie.
Are they all like aliens? Don't they get into the alien?
They do, but they have a good rogues gallery. They have Doctor Doom as part of their rogues gallery.
Okay,
Yeah.
and who else? That's Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man.
I was thinking of
They have Mole Man. Hello.
Silver Surfer was.
Silver Surfer as well. Galactus.
All right.
I mean, they're
Mole Man?
Nihilus.
Did you say Mole Man?
Yeah, Mole Man is actually a fucking.
He's, awesome.
I'm just saying. Can anybody think of besides now Spider-Man and Batman? Can anybody think of good
Captain America.
Who? Okay,
You got fucking Hitler,
I will give you Hitler, but he.
and you got the Red Skull.
So who is essentially Hitler with a Halloween mask on?
All right.
Which I think I saw them at the Trube last week. Hitler with a Halloween mask on. They were really good. I just
They had half that Kiss logo on the helmet.
well the KI fell off.
Yeah.
So but
How about Dr. Spectro?
of course Dr. Spectro. Who's he?
He's an optometrist gone bad.
First appearance was Captain Atom, 1966. Look at him. He's covered with like polka dots.
Yeah,
It's
it's pretty clear
terrible.
Batman's got the.
Yeah, well, it's the 60s. You know, they're sitting around just
Smoking a lot of weed,
taking
and
LSD
some
and
psychedelics.
shit, you know, you're like coming up with stupid shit, and they're like, nobody was taking this crap serious, so they're like, Lady Stilt Man. That was a Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man, 2010.
Oh, that's a good
All
one.
right.
That's a good one.
The Wizard, that's a Marvel one.
The Wizard,
The
Wizz,
Wizard, yeah,
Like-
Whizzer.
like he whizzes.
Did you just Google like the shittiest villains ever?
just shittiest characters?
Okay.
The Almighty Dollar. That was Marvel.
That seems like a fantastic. Tell us
That
about
was from the NFL Super Pro number 1 from 1991.
Makes sense.
I missed that. I don't remember seeing NFL Super Pro comic book.
I'm curious about the fact that the NFL players are fighting against money.
Or the Fiddler. DC Comics. First appearance, All Flash 32.
Well, they changed his name from the
1948.
Diddler. That was a different.
The Diddler.
Yeah. It's interesting when the sexual assault went out of fashion. They
Yeah,
decided
they had to
update it.
change the name. you know?
Bouncing Boy. They had some really shitty stuff in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 60s was not the best time. For
Yeah, it was
comics.
pretty rough. Man.
It's sort of
The
like if you-
Walrus.
If you get into fucking X-Men comics and you start to get into like the B-level mutants,
Yeah.
like you're like, what?
You know, in X-Men back in the 80s, dude, that's when they did the first mutant massacre. They just wiped out tons of
They
characters.
needed to because they had a bunch of shitty
Yeah,
mutants
they
running
came
around.
through with the, what the fuck was that mercenary band's name? I think it was just the Marauders or
Yep.
something like that.
It was the
There was
Marauders.
one guy who had like this suit who could just build guns off of it. You know, they were just fucking killing everybody, man.
Well, think about some of the fucking some of the mutants you ended up with after the 70s, like Dazzler, who was like,
Yeah,
you're
right.
like, disco is out, and I don't think Dazzler really does it for us anymore.
Hey, Jubilee is pretty fucking dumb. And
She
they
goes
put
pew
her
pew
in the
pew
movie.
pew pew pew.
Here, let me throw fucking pop rocks at you. Fucking. She's like safe and sane fireworks. The crap you don't want at 4th of July. You're like, oh yeah. And then nice
She's got
fucking-
like the worst mutant power
and
imaginable.
then,
if
and
you
then
think
she had
about
like
it.
the worst fucking costume too. Like, oh, nice fucking
Rain
raincoat
slick.
and your fucking pink glasses or whatever the fuck, dude. Dude, I saw today somebody did the Logan preview with scenes from
The cartoon X-Men.
yeah, it was so cool, man. I was
Dude,
like, look at
wait.
that shitty animation.
Did you guys all see that?
Oh,
Holy
absolutely.
shit.
That looks
man.
pretty dope, dude.
I'm with Chris on this, man. I'm in all the way on that one,
100%
dude.
in.
Totally, dude.
Well,
So cool.
look, it's got Patrick Stewart in it.
dude.
Right?
when-
That
dude,
by itself,
listen,
like,
man, you
leads
put
me in.
Patrick Stewart and shit, man. I'll just go see it. I mean, everybody else could suck in it, but I'm gonna go see it because of him. I'm a big fan of him, and I've always have been, dude.
Well, I'm just curious.
Excalibur, baby.
I'm just curious with the because obviously they're
Yeah.
bringing in X-23, which is sort of like she's the new Wolverine essentially from the comic books. So I'm curious as to where they're going to go with the storyline as far as how they're going to flesh it out. But the preview for it, I mean, like, let's be honest, you can put Johnny Cash as Hurt like on top of fucking any trailer, and it like you're like, damn, I'm fucking in. That looks awesome.
Yeah, they really cut that well.
Yeah.
And you know they did that to us at the fucking Suicide Squad too, man.
Yep.
They made some really cool trailers with some fucking killer soundtrack, and you're like, dude, all right.
Remember when I was complaining about how you shouldn't use Queen for that soundtrack for the
I still thought it was good.
The trailer looked awesome.
It was still good, man. Look, they hired
I saw through it, man.
They hired a second, or like an outside consultant company to put that shit together, dude. They did something special with that.
Dude, that trailer was awesome. That's the best superhero movie of last year. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just the trailer.
Just the trailer. I could rewatch that 2 minutes.
The Logan looks fucking hot, man.
It looks really good, man.
Dude. Really
Wasn't there
excited.
another one that's
March
had
too.
a trailer?
Oh yeah, a bunch of shit came out like. in the
Yeah, they
last
just
week.
did New York Comic Con, so there was a bunch of stuff. But I gotta tell you, man, I haven't watched any of it, man.
They dropped another Rogue One trailer.
That looked good.
I mean,
I would
guess.
probably see more if people weren't fucking blowing up my Facebook feed with stupid politic crap.
Oh, that shit's on ignore at this point.
Bullshit. I watched you two get into
Nope.
it today, motherfuckers.
So. Nope.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
I said, oh, these bitches ain't working this morning.
Nope.
I was on lunch break.
I was doing between you, me, and the
Holy
wall.
shit,
I was
dude.
doing our good friend Brett at is a solid.
He's been on a roll the last couple of days. First, it was religion the other night,
Yeah.
which I found amusing.
Well, he put a new video up, the little short movie they made up on our. I told him he could post it on our page, so I was like, we won't take it down. Fucking throw it up. You're a friend of the show.
Yeah.
But he, I would, that's
Politics.
A man,
God damn it, people! I want to see Halloween. I want to see movies.
Guaranteed
All right?
hits, my friend.
Listen, most of
Guaranteed
you
hits.
fucking people out there barely made it through high school. Okay, and just because you took a couple of fucking like night courses at your college community, I really don't need your fucking your
Opinions?
political fucking analysis of the fucking world. Just keep it fucking simple with cat videos.
Thank you. That's what I was talking
Okay,
about.
I want to see some dick jokes
Thank you.
and people not afraid of the word pussy.
I actually made it a point to say I am not going to engage in the middle of it, and then I made the mistake of fucking
You jumped
engaging.
in, dude. He even said it. I said, "This motherfucker." Whoa, there he went.
I was like, I'm not
dying,
gonna.
man.
And here's the thing: I wasn't even like, it wasn't a political rant for me. I was like, look, you're spouting historical inaccuracies, and
That's where I was
my
coming
history degree is having an issue with this. So I'm not here to tell you like think one way or another. I'm just here to tell you you're wrong about your historical inaccuracy. And then it turned into a debate about libtards and whatever else the fuck.
I just posted my video of fucking.
I watched your video and laughed. I was all, yeah,
the best, dude. That's all we want.
we just want to want to
get loaded. Ride our bikes. And fucking party. We're gonna have a party tonight.
I've
okay?
never seen that movie. What is that from?
Oh shit. What's the fucking Angels? It's like one of those biker movies. You know, it's like Peter
70s,
Fonda.
you had a ton of
Yeah,
those.
you know.
It was such a great clip, and I was just I'm feeling this, man.
right. Fucking A, man.
I've been pretty good. I've stayed away from a lot of that stuff.
Oh my
You
god.
know what? It's exhausting. Dude.
is.
It's
It
just it is exhausting, and it's so exhausting on both sides that like I've literally just tuned it out, man. Like every
Yeah.
day this month, I've been like posting like, here's my Halloween playlist pick of the day
Right,
song. You
right.
know.
I was gonna
Last
post,
year was movies. This year was songs.
No, I think it's great,
next
man.
year I might do artists. or
Here's what I was
something.
disappointed about by your Halloween music playlist.
What?
A couple times I went to play the actual song.
I know, huh?
And there's no fucking link to it.
Yeah, I just post the picture of
Yeah,
what I'm listening to.
the first time I was like, "Oh fuck, I want to hear that," and I'm all, "No, something's wrong." It's
you gotta buy it on iTunes too, fuckers.
bullshit.
And going through YouTube and trying to find videos, that's too much
Pain in the
goddamn
ass.
work. Yeah, just take a picture, click, and post it on there.
Oh man, bravo for
So,
doing
but
that.
yeah, it's exhausting right now, man. Come on, guys, let's see some movies and shit
That's
like
what
that.
I'm talking
you know?
about.
I mean,
Like it's like, and not only that, but it's like I feel like at this point, like that fucking conversation, like you even get like the hint of it into anything you're talking about, and
Yeah.
it fucking blows up.
oh, for sure.
I literally was just like playing with Brett, and at a certain point, like I was like, I'm out, man. Fucking
Yeah.
people I don't know are like gonna
Yeah,
are tagging
yeah.
my name and shit. I
Right.
deleted every fucking comment I had made,
Yeah.
and all my little fun gifs and
Yeah,
things.
I had a conversation with somebody about that one time. He asks, you know, I post a cat video, and I get 1,000 likes. He's all, but I post something about like, we're destroying our environment and nobody says nothing and nobody likes it. And I said, well, it's because, if I agree with you, well, what's there to talk about?
Right.
I already agree with you. But if I disagree with you and you and I are going to have some sort of a conversation or whatever, posting back and forth, that's cool. But then all of a sudden you have your buddies who I don't know jumping in, call me a fucking racist or a fucking misogynistic asshole.
Right.
And and I know that if somebody was face to face with me like that, and they're going to call me these fucking names. Listen, this conversation is not going to go very well. I'm going to beat the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? You have the ability to go ahead and do that online.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't want to go ahead and deal with these fucking people that I don't know.
Right.
Excuse me. So yeah, it's like, so let's just keep it cat videos.
Pretty much at this point.
I mean, even my Instagram account, I don't post like any. No, I totally have on my Facebook account. Everybody's guilty of this one, but my Instagram account, I really try to keep that just like pictures and and the minute somebody starts posting a bunch of crap, I'm like, nope, I'm done. I've
deleted a bunch.
I just want to see food pics, interesting vacation spots.
I don't want you reposting
your
fucking
Halloween
witty memes and shit about like Hillary or Trump or any bullshit like that.
I mean, I've seen some funny ones on all three sides. Well, I say 3 because of Bernie.
It's actually 5 because you obviously don't have enough libertarians on your fucking Facebook
I do,
page.
but to me they don't count.
and then
Still count,
and then I have those 2 special friends that are like, vote Jill Stein, and I'm like, dear God, no.
That woman is like a crazy person or something. So
it's so funny. I'm ready for thank God The Walking Dead has come back.
Right.
Oh, I
and
know, we got
fucking
something to
Glenn's
talk
death
about, right?
has given everybody something else to focus on, all right?
for
You
sure.
know, it's like, fuck, we kill one Asian and it's
I
fucking
saw
here we are.
a friend. Well, I won't say a friend. He's we don't really know each other. He's in the club with me in the 501st, and he does some graphic art stuff. And he did this really cool tribute to Abraham today. He put it on a shirt. It's just like a silhouette of his hair and his mustache, and then it says "suck my nuts."
Nice.
And up in the hairline, it's like kind of blood splattered up there. Really cool. And I'll if anybody's interested, we could post a link on the Facebook page. You guys can all take a look at it. It's really cool.
Can I just pilfer it and put it on a shirt? Is that
You fucker. No, Anthony, he is not going to do that.
I will not do that. Not without written permission that says something in the like. So, but yeah, man, I mean, as far as
Dude, if we had Suck My Nut shirts right
Check it.
now,
Check
we'd
it.
sell
a
out.
shitload of them.
How cool is that?
He did put it on a shirt, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of brilliant.
That's pretty cool, though, huh?
Is he selling those like right
Yeah,
away?
he's got a Society 6 web store right now.
That's pretty fucking brilliant.
yeah.
Like right away, man, out the door. So if you see something that looks vaguely like that at our booth, like we didn't get that from you. Sorry.
I won't be at the booth. So.
Hey, but we do have LA Con coming up this weekend, you guys.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to that?
Yeah, dude, we're
got a
fucking
table.
got a
Oh,
table.
well, good luck.
So
I will not be there, I'm afraid. I have Halloween plans with the family all weekend.
Yeah.
So, well, Saturday night's Walking Dead and not Walking Dead. I'm sorry, Rocky Horror.
at the
Taking the wife and my daughter to that. So it's been a while, so I got to have adult time.
I'm just bummed because I got to work on Monday, so I don't get to take the
I
boy
took the
fucking
day
trick or
off.
treating.
Oh, really?
Second year in a row, man.
Years, man.
And I told Elena, I was like, this bums me out because how many more years do I get of this? You know,
You'll get some years, dude.
That's why you got to say I can't work.
I have no choice. I took the gig, and it's like it pays well, and when it pays well, and
Is this like some sort of like Blackwater gig?
yeah, totally. You know me.
Political assassinations?
Oh, dude, if only I fucking.
That's kind of
love
cool,
that.
though.
If I could, if somebody would be willing to give me a 50 cal to take people out, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Dude, you ever see that latest Rambo or the last Rambo movie
I have.
where he was popping people with that fucking thing,
Fucking
dude?
great. The end of that movie is like the greatest thing ever.
That was the greatest movie. I love it. Was the best of the series.
You didn't see the last Rambo film?
I don't remember if I
Oh, it's so good, dude.
You would remember it if you saw
He's fucking blowing up.
Oh, dude,
It
remember
was
in the
recent,
beginning?
right?
Yeah.
No, I
Remember in the
didn't see that.
beginning when they were raiding that village, man? They're just like throwing people on the fire and shit. You're like, God damn, man.
It was kind of brutal compared
It
to
was
some of the other ones.
super brutal. For all you people who did not enjoy this last episode of The Walking Dead, you would not enjoy this. You'd be like, I need a safe space.
I think they should go watch Rambo 3 when he helps ISIS fight the Russians.
God damn it, John Rambo.
Way to fucking
All right.
ISIS is the creator,
Thanks-
or Rambo's
thanks-
the creator of
Thanks
ISIS.
for hooking them up with those Stinger missiles, asshole.
All right, guys, we're getting towards the end here. Does anybody got a dumb shit their kids did this week? Something you want to share? Halloween edition? Not a lot of speaking up going around the room.
I'm thinking, I mean, like one of the boys ran his head into a fireplace. We had to pick him up, go to the urgent care. Thought we were going to have staples. Didn't. It's not really a stupid thing, but
I saw the picture. It looked pretty awesome.
yeah, it's a pretty good hit.
Chicks dig scars, dude.
Totally. Bones heal, chicks dig scars.
Exactly.
And you're like, what happened there? I'm like, dude, I took that fireplace on like a pro.
Nice.
I mean, it was their 4th birthday.
Which I'm sorry that we missed. We sent the boy.
Yeah, I know. You sent your representative. I was like,
Elena,
well,
I had to work.
Ronald Anders here, like, who brought this kid, man?
Just dump him off on the corner.
Like,
No.
he's just like cruising around on a bicycle in the backyard, and I'm just like, I'm looking around, like, is there any parent watching this kid, man? Like, oh, okay. So
No, we Elena was
That's
like
what's
deathly
gonna happen
fucking ill
fucking-
Saturday and Sunday.
that's what's gonna happen Halloween night too. Like, we're all gonna get ready for fucking trick or treating. They're like, all right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do we have 6 fucking kids here? Who's number 6? And I go, holy shit, Ron Landers here? I'm like, I haven't seen Ron here all night. The lady is fucking driving down the street, honking the horn, fucking giving us the finger out the fucking window. Be back in 2 hours. I like Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh my god, the saga of his fucking Halloween costume. So, I mentioned on the show, you weren't here, Chris, but about the fucking child wanting to be Lightning McQueen, right?
Yes.
So my son decided, we go, what do you want to be for Halloween this year, buddy? And he said, Lightning McQueen. I go, well, he's not anthropomorphic, so I don't know how we're going to pull that off.
Yeah.
Then I talked him into being the Flash. And he told his mom, like, hey, I can't, but Daddy says I can't be Lightning McQueen because he's whatever, he's neither a car and not a person. And he was all sad. And so his mom, being the fucking go-getter that she is like, son, you can be anything you want if you put your mind to it. To which I replied,
And you can make it for him.
exactly. So here we are, Halloween's Monday, and he still has no costume because they had to switch midstream from the Flash to fucking Lightning McQueen. Now, I don't know about you boys, but I don't know how the fuck a Lightning McQueen costume is going to get pulled off. Like, either I've looked online for like ideas, and either they dress the person up like a pit crew, which he then just looks like Mario, like
Right.
or it's like he's got a little strap and he's wearing a car walking
Right.
around, and I'm all, either way, my son is going to look retarded. Like, let's just be honest, all right?
You know what? I was always like, because I do costume stuff, and I was like, my kids are going to have fucking, like, made costumes. Not right now, they're not.
No, they're not.
You know what? Like, we're also on a fucking stage, too, where, like, we'll be lucky if they keep it on for 30 fucking minutes.
Right.
So it's like, one wants to be Spider-Man this year, the other one wants to be a zombie, It's easy. We'll
Right.
just go buy this shit and throw it on them.
Well, see,
Maybe
that's-
next year when they're 5.
I was encouraging. I think next year we should do like a group outfit.
I would love for them to do like the Avengers or something. That would be fucking super
Well,
sick.
if we get
dude.
Madison involved, we could
She
do
could be
JLA. She could be Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
And then, Ronald Andrew, he's kind of black from the waist down, so he could be fucking Cyborg. That'd
How
be
about
cool,
that?
right? And Steve, one of your boys could be Aquaman. I think that'd be fantastic.
Not on my fucking watch.
but not new Aquaman, not cool Jason Momoa Aquaman.
Right,
Like
old Aquaman. Fuck that, dude.
orange suit.
My
with
boys
the-
aren't having that, dude. I'll tell you right now, they'd be like, fuck that.
Now, I told Phoebe, because she's got to have a costume for Friday. So you know what? You got short hair. You're going as Carol. You're going to have a tray of cookies, and you're going to get a sweater, and you're going to be Carol.
Such a good costume.
And she has to have cookies because she can't take a goddamn gun with her, huh?
Wow.
Just so you know, if you were having a Halloween party this year and you didn't, so I scrapped the plans the minute you were like, no party.
Next year, promise.
I'm
100%.
going as fucking Podrick next year for Halloween.
100 fucking percent, dude.
I mean,
It is
I have to
on.
be Brienne now.
Man,
Yes.
I've already
God
picked the
damn.
fucking date.
Have you really?
Absolutely. I sat down on a calendar. I said, okay, we're doing this date, and 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm gonna
Started.
fucking do the Podrick.
So-
Or depending on my weight, I'll go Samwise if I gain a bunch of weight back.
Hey, I've got a friend who does fucking Jon Snow, and she is awesome.
Yeah.
She also does Kylo Ren,
Okay.
and she is fucking great, dude.
Nice.
I would love to see her come to my party next year in her Jon Snow. So good, dude.
So everyone
Like,
all
she's
night can
one-
be like, "Hey, what do you know, Jon
Like-
Snow?"
Yeah.
Dude.
That'd probably just be you and I doing it.
Yeah, she's like definitely one of the premier costumers for our club here in Southern California for sure, dude. She's
Cool,
really
man.
good, dude. So
Well,
she pulls
I
it
imagine
off.
we're gonna get a bunch of new. Like, I'm kind of intrigued by next year's Comic-Con because you're gonna get. You'll still have leftover.
Doctor Stranges.
You're gonna have Doctor Stranges. You're gonna have Rogue One. I think you're gonna get a bunch of fucking Rogue One
Oh, I'll
characters.
tell you what, dude. I've got friends who are already putting the Shore Trooper costumes together. They'll have them ready by the premiere,
Nice.
along with the Death Troopers.
I
don't
suspect
know.
we're gonna see a lot of Death Troopers.
There's 3 new troopers coming out in this. There's the Shore Trooper, the Death Trooper, the black one. A lot of guys who like to stick with the size thing. Fucking Death Troopers are as tall as Vader.
Are you serious?
They're like 6'7" or something like that. Yeah, they're super tall, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
a lot
I
of
never
people,
get to.
A lot of guys scrapped it and went towards the Shore Trooper, and then we have another trooper that is in. You only see him real briefly. He's in the hover tank as they're going through the town.
Yeah.
I think the town's called Scarif or something like that. Or the planet. So that's another trooper that everybody's really excited about right now.
Well, and then I think like you're definitely. I mean, come on, Doctor Strange costumes. You get to go as a monk. Like I've got some fucking muslin out in the garage. I'm gonna sew together a shirt. Like fucking hey, dude, give me a staff.
I think that one's gonna be pretty popular too.
I think we're gonna see a lot of Negans.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna see a lot. You guys are gonna see a lot of Negans this weekend. for
Yeah.
I was going to dress, but I don't think I'm going to sell a lot of Rosalie's dresses Negan.
But now, if anyone asks, just be like, I'm French.
I'm
like,
French.
I come,
Right.
my
Look at my
scarf.
scarf.
Look at my scarf.
The back
I wear
of my
one
hair
glove.
Is too long. I'd have to like pin it or something so it doesn't. Because like next year the plan is grow the beard and I'll be Jesus. So
You gonna do some sit-ups between now and then too? Or
Are you gonna hold a yellow sign? That would be rad, dude.
that
Not
says
Jesus from The Walking Dead.
Oh, I thought you meant
No,
real
dude.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna go as real Jesus.
I thought you were gonna be like,
he's like athletic.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say he does flips and shit, and you were like groaning while you were sitting in the chair about your
I
meds.
ain't gonna act like him. I'm just gonna dress like him.
you know what,
Okay.
dude? Fucking get you in the gym 5 a.m. man.
There you go. Woo!
Fucking
Dude, I ain't getting out of bed.
take the
5 a.m.
110s for a fucking ride on the incline, huh?
No, that ain't happening. I haven't been to the gym. I'm still paying on it. I haven't been in like months.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
I'm just tired, man.
I feel you getting old.
It sucks.
That's a good note to go out on, you guys.
Oh no,
Chris
I
is
got
getting old.
I got a dumb shit for you.
Oh,
It's a short one.
all right. Let me guess, Darian.
So, yeah. So midnight, I feel someone pulling on me, and like I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I wake up, and she says, I'm in agony. My chest really hurts. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is it now? What
Are you really dying?
what
Fuck
could
me.
possibly be happening with you? I can feel like there's something rumbling up through my throat, and it hurts. And all right, so I go out and grab the iPad and like, okay, Google the symptoms, see what the fuck this could be.
Did you Google rumbling through her throat?
No,
I
it's
don't
like
know what.
tightness in the chest and,
Oh, yeah.
and tightness in the throat.
Okay. Go
And
to
I'm looking
WebMD.
through it, and I'm like, oh, what's when you get the acid reflux?
Acid reflux. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm like looking at it, I'm like, did you drink a crap ton of Starbucks today? Yeah, why? You jackass, go take a Tums. She's like acting like she's gonna die having a heart attack or something. And it's like all she had was a little bit of acid reflux.
And she did that thing where she's like, Christopher.
with her, it's everything is so dramatic that You know, and I'm not like the coolest customer when somebody's in pain. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta fix it. Of course, I'm half asleep, so I'm like, oh God damn it. And Carrie's out. So finally, I figured out what it was and gave her the Tums, and she was fine.
Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. Like, I have no empathy for you when you're sick, like, whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't want it, whatever it is.
Like the wife has, like, been sick for, like, a couple days, and she's better now, but it was like, she's like, I could really use some soup, and I'm all like, well, there's some in the freezer if you want to.
Yeah, that shit don't fly at my house. I got 4 women there.
Fuck no,
I'm
dude.
running my ass to the store all the time.
Dude, I've been holed up in my office or the guest bedroom quite literally for the last 9 days because I don't want to be sick.
There's not a fucking day that goes by that I don't have to either go to Stater Brothers or fucking Target. I promise you, I go there every day.
4 women in the house.
Yeah.
You know how often I go to the store to buy tampons?
Well, I don't want to know.
I got 4 bleeders in the house.
Wow.
And
you know, I gotta tell you,
understand.
Chris. I gotta tell you, man. I flipped that bill for the old lady before, but I gotta fucking tell you, man. I had to pump the brakes on the daughter thing. Like, hey, you need to go talk to your fucking mom, and you guys need to handle your fucking business.
Well, you know what? She's not always there.
I think I did it for the wife when we were first dating, just so I could, because I was like, well, I'm trying to bang this fucking chick, you know. So I'm trying to put my fucking good foot forward. So, you know, like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, you know.
I'm married now. That shit don't.
Now I'd be like,
No,
Jesus
man,
Christ,
that shit don't exist in this dojo.
Like, take your fucking ass to Target and get your own shit, man.
I just don't understand how we ever run out of them when you've got 4 people who need them in the house. I'm the only one who's not using them.
And you know, do you ever fucking see...
And toilet paper. How are we ever out of toilet paper?
Why the fuck are there still commercials for fucking toilet paper? Like, who the fuck do you got to sell this to?
Right.
Brand loyalty, Steve. Brand loyalty. I like
mean,
the bear
fuck.
wiping my ass because he's frolicking
You know,
in the woods.
or how fucking much more technology can we put into the fucking tampon?
Yeah.
Well, this
like,
one has wings.
Actually,
You know
what?
are
I just
pads.
heard that they've completely, don't ask me how I know this, but they've completely renovated the idea of the tampon.
Oh, nice.
And now it's like a cup
join us
that
on our new podcast, Tampons. Brought to you by Chris.
I guess it's a cup that catches it, which really grosses me the fuck out.
Oh, you're so close to 2 girls, 1 cup right there. Like,
Right?
Hey, who left tomato soup in the fucking bathroom, man?
And how do you get it out without looking like a scene from The Walking
Hey,
Dead?
man, this isn't the
It's
fucking
like, was
kitchen.
Glenn in here?
Why are you sitting on the toilet eating a fucking cup of soup, man? That's not appropriate. Remember that time that I was taking a shit and eating a sandwich and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Well, this applies too. Don't eat soup in the fucking bathroom.
I feel like
this is your new technology of tampons.
somebody
that's
get
disgusting.
punched in the nose. What happened in
so
here?
basically, somebody put a fucking cotton ball in a Dixie cup and called it new technology. Good times.
But you know what? I'm hearing like girls. are swearing by it.
I'm hearing good things, Steve. I'm really hearing good things.
Glad this is advanced.
I've got one up my ass right now, and it's helping with the flu.
Holy shit.
Oh, Jesus
Did
Christ.
we just jump the fucking shark?
Wow, so just so you guys know, episode 64, that's where it all ended.
It's the all blood episode.
Fucking tampon talk with Ron, Chris, and Steve.
We gotta stop. Like,
All right.
we gotta stop. Like, let's call it a show right there, you guys. We hope you've enjoyed this episode where we talked about blood coming from Asians and orifices all at the same time, and gingers. We can't forget about
Can't
gingers.
forget the gingers.
Can't forget the gingers.
Suck my nut.
So, you guys, we hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back in a couple weeks with a new episode for you. Once again, I'm Glenn's bulging eye.
Stay free.
I'm Maggie. I'll find you.
And we hope that you suck my nuts. All right, have a Nerdlife Crisis, you guys. Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.